Oh, we do this morning.
Had enough yesterday.
Good morning.
So listen. You're not here.
You don't know what's the easiest thing to do. The fact that they thought that she was gonna have time to drop off a body on board a day.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Because they said, "I'll tell you, don't get Ellie's life." And I was like, when would we have time? And when I called, they would have concluded, like, it's common sense. Like, that's not a good plan.
No, they just told me to go.
Yeah.
They didn't give me a plan. They said, you're gonna meet me.
But don't have themselves with about the rest of it.
Oh, they already did. She's got email.
No.
Oh,
Oh my God. They sent me a moving down and I said, "Geez, I'm gonna try my work to myself."
Good morning. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mayor Ed Gainey, the Communications Director for Mayor Ed Gainey in the City of Pittsburgh. And today, I have the distinct honor of emceeing this historic event for our great city. Pittsburgh has never had a comprehensive citywide plan. And today begins our first steps on the journey to creating a shared vision for the future of our city. It is important that as we prepare for this future, that we listen to the concerns of residents in all 90 and examine policies and systems that have left far too many of our residents behind for far too long. Today, we will hear from elected officials, leaders of the Department of City Planning, and community members. Afterwards, we'll take questions at the press conference. If you have questions unrelated to the comprehensive plan, we ask that you hold them until the end and we'll bring them. I am now proud to introduce morning, everyone. I've spoken a lot publicly about this comprehensive plan, so I'm going to use this time to say the many thank yous to the people who actually made this journey happen. First and foremost, Mayor Gainey, and Deputy Mayor that was being considered for the position of city planning director. If it would be okay for us to borrow the comprehensive plan. Without linking or asking too many questions, they said yes. And from that point on, we have had the department's full support around this plan. So we're going to make sure that I shout those two individuals out because they were essential to us getting to this point. Chief Jamil Bey is a miracle worker that we've asked of him from the department. He has been able to provide with us for us without asking him to big questions as well. He knows how important this plan is to the city and to our chief at city planning to make this happen. Council President Daniel Lavelle and Councilwoman Strassburger from day one, when I started looking around to meet with some people were immediately providing support and guidance for this process. Done so to this day and continue to do so. Generally, doing those committee meetings, asked some really great questions and have helped sharpen our plan going forward. I'd also like to thank Dr. Bey, Jamil Bey, and Christine Mondor, who served as the mayor's transition team leads, co-chairs
for the Environment and Infrastructure Committee. They have been working closely with us as well. I've known them all for a very long time. They are thought leaders for me, Christine Mondor. I wouldn't be here without them. I'll just say, I'll leave it at that. But they have been really strong supports for us. And of course, asking us the great questions and providing us really great guidance. Probably most importantly, from a very general sense, the residents, the community organizations, and the nonprofit groups. A real huge thanks to them. They have done so many studies, so much research, policy papers, initiatives that are going to help shape this plan. They've been doing this for a very long time. We've gathered up as much as we possibly could from what we found on the internet. We welcome them to continue to provide us their research and findings to be included in this plan. Thank the residents of the city for really making sure that we get that capability from us. And we're going to continue to engage in this process over the next 2 years. I would like to thank Chief Brady and some of her departments because they were integral and they were in big process. Mainly Dr. Lucas at the Dr. Lee at the state and Director of and so the two most important things that I have, because I work with them day in and day out, are the staff at City of Pittsburgh. Again, at day one, I announced that we were going to actually work with the city. We're going to do it with just a transition and kind of justice standpoint. And they were behind 1,000% on day one. And they have struggles in meetings, to consider ideas. They challenged the leadership of the department and that's our ideas. We listen to them, and they have been truly supportive again from day one on this journey that we've been on. And within that group is this director of our local range planning. She's doing a division is Sharonda Whatley. Sharonda is still living in Cleveland. I have to dash thing for that. We have her set up for before I even got to the city. And we are really fortunate to have her here leading this process. She learned the vision for leading this process around facilitation and coordination. She was a leader and visionary. She not only did the comprehensive plan, but she it's very good that she does on a daily basis. So this is just one of the things that she's trying to do. She's done the meetings for the coordination around the city, the relationship with the conference, the administration. She had to do any reservation. She brought up everything else. Again, we are really fortunate to have her with us, leading us through this process for the next 2 years. So, and I have a question. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Abrams, for your words and for your leadership. Our city would not be taking this step forward today were it not for you and your work. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome Pittsburgh City Councilwoman Erika Strassburger.
Good morning. Good morning. It is a good morning, and it's an exciting day. I am incredibly honored to participate in the launch of this crucial process for our city. I want to reiterate all of the thank yous that Director Karen Abrams just mentioned, and I also want to add in that I'm grateful to my colleague, Councilman Bobby Wilson, whose committee this came through for working with our very spirited council body in negotiating this process. You know, over the years, I've been fortunate to enjoy a productive relationship with our department and city planning. Their names rarely appear in headlines, but our planners are so talented and serve Pittsburgh with phenomenal dedication, thoughtfulness, and capacity. And when they communicate unanimously that the lack of a comprehensive city plan prevents them from charting a clear course for our future, I take that recommendation very seriously. Like any multi-million-dollar commitment, the legislation allocating the funds for the comprehensive plan received scrutiny from my colleagues and the mayor. Given the financial headwinds the city may encounter in coming years, some members voice understandable concerns about a new program on the balance sheet. I fully recognize the weariness to spend, but at the end of the day, the reality is this. A comprehensive plan is a necessary investment in our future, just like a strong police force, safe roads and bridges, clean parks, and other programs we think of as essential. And we can't settle for a half measure that summarizes what we already know, maybe tax on some familiar recommendations at the end. We need a thorough, informed, and truly equitable and comprehensive document that will inform our decisions and priorities for the decades to come. That's why we made a substantial commitment to our city resources to this initiative, because we want the best possible plan. Moving towards the plan that will unlock responsible growth and expand economic opportunities so that Pittsburghers from every neighborhood have a chance to thrive. Boost access to affordable and market rate housing across the city. Make Pittsburgh a model for urban sustainability and resilience, cleaner, greener, and more energy efficient. Outline what programs and services we should prioritize in our capital and operating budgets. And fundamentally, serve as a guide to the city we want to be in the 21st century. I am so enthusiastic about the process we're kicking off today. Thank you for the opportunity to share the festivities, and I look forward to the next phases with great interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for your partnership and your leadership on this important issue for our city. Up next is the President of Pittsburgh City Council, Daniel Lavelle.
Morning, everyone. I believe I'm not mistaken in acknowledging or saying that we have not had a comprehensive plan since 1958 in the city of Pittsburgh. Since 1958, our city has changed rapidly. Our we have new projects such as Farmers Field, Strip District, but at the same time, since 1958, we've also seen a loss in the capital, particularly the underground bodies in the city of Pittsburgh. Because we did not very difficult in today's money. So what I'm most excited about is the opportunity to take time to figure out how we as a city invest in each of these and ensure that we are indeed at the best private economy, that those who choose it, and so they feel that if you do so, they're not just out of the city and economically thrive within the city. And doing the comprehensive plan gives us an opportunity to do that. What it also does, it gives us an opportunity to inform our actual budget itself. That the comprehensive plan should be a guide for how we budget and invest in affordable housing, how we invest in the economics of the people who live there, how we invest in our public works, where do we send taxes, where do we send the public resources. And so that part of it was really exciting for me. I want to thank Mayor Ed Gainey, his administration for leading on this. I want to thank my home, for all being behind us out here. I look forward to working with all of them over the next few years. Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you for your words and for your commitment to the comprehensive vision for the future of our city. I would now like to invite to the podium President Mondor, Committee Chair.
Good morning. It is a great morning. This is the day that we waited for a long time. Many of you may be asking, what is a comprehensive plan? And you would not be faulted for that because we haven't had one in the city prior to this. So this is a really important day for us as a city. What is a comprehensive plan? Comprehensive plan is an essential feature of long-term planning for any city. Cities across the country and across the state, municipalities are required to have comprehensive plans. It is the documentation of a broad, long-term vision for future land uses and the built environment of our community. So the comprehensive plan will be an expression of a holistic vision for our city. This includes strategies, goals, programs, policies, actions, all the things that get us actually making a difference. But most of all, it'll be based on a community determined vision. So the big part of our comprehensive plan will be to engage members of our community to create a more prosperous, more convenient, more equitable, more healthy city for this generation and for next generations. So most of us here will get to experience some part of the benefits of this comprehensive plan. But there are people who are not yet born yet who will benefit from our efforts today. In my experience on planning commission, as chair of the planning commission, there were many times where we said, if we had a comprehensive plan, we could be making better decisions. And we kept with that. And we were listened to, and today we have the ability to say we are launching that comprehensive plan. That comprehensive plan will help make the city work together internally better, coordinating departments and efforts and understanding how we will reach our goals. But it's also an external signal to our region, to the world, what we stand for and what we are committed to doing to get there. So I'm very excited to be here today with my colleagues and thank the mayor, everybody involved in order to get us to having a comprehensive. So thank you.
Thank you, Christine, for your words of wisdom, and thank you for your work that will guide us throughout this month. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Jamil Bey.
What would be let the speaker about, what we're about to embark on. This is a momentous occasion in Pittsburgh. I'm excited to be here as a part of it as an announcement launch for the first step of the comprehensive plan process. So imagine this. Imagine a future where residents in neighborhoods like Williamstown and Knoxville have easy access to fresh produce thanks to improved transportation and vibrant community gardens. Imagine that our urban forests not only soak up rainwater, but also cool our streets, improve air quality, and attract visitors. Imagine that young people have a place to hang out, explore their interests, and find pathways to well-paid jobs that our region creates. Comprehensive plan is a unique opportunity to set goals and articulate a vision and a roadmap to get there. This plan will explore solutions to make this vision a reality, creating a more just, sustainable, and equitable Pittsburgh that eliminates the historic disparities across neighborhoods. Now, while we envision this future, and we've talked about it before, we've never committed to a plan to achieve. This is our chance. As the first comprehensive plan will be a roadmap for all residents, our plan reflects the voices of every corner of the city. Not only downtown, but in state neighborhoods. This plan ensures that everyone has a chance to thrive, not just those who benefited from past developments. It won't be a plan only for corporations. This will be a plan where all Pittsburghs contributing, creating pathways and opportunities from which many have been previously excluded. If we build this plan together with the residents and stakeholders from all areas and sectors, we can create a thriving city and region. The call is residents, other stakeholders to be involved. We encourage you to learn about the plan, attend upcoming events, share your ideas. Together, we build a plan that reflects the needs and aspirations of all Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Thank you. This plan must offer robust opportunity to engage with the youth of our city. And today I'm excited to have two members of the community here with us today. And I'd like to welcome Sharonda Jones and Ron Burke.
Good morning. My name is Jamil Bey. I'm a president and a member of the last year of the program. I discovered the program on network and college where they As a student of my school, I want to be fully engaged in the group that I'm in and allow the opportunities for not only myself, but for my student body to be heard. While interacting is very good, I met with this Daniel Lavelle, like I see him representing. With a brief introduction to the program, I became interested in being involved and along with the plan. After a couple of weeks of going back and forth over the evening, me and my guardian did a introduction conversations to further our understanding of the program. From the rigor of the scheduling to the overall goals of the program, I knew I wanted to be involved. So far, my experience with the program is quickly something that came to me was not only what the plan, what it means to be a change maker, but also gave me the experiences that were crucial to me, not only in academic and professional development, but as an active member of the district community. For that, I want to say thank you to YCLA for not only the introduction to the program, but also selecting me to be a representation of the program to you all. To be a change maker is to be a trailblazer, someone who's confronted with an issue, instead of conforming to it, they set out on a journey to set change in their surroundings, inspire others to do the same. To me, YCLA fosters that way of thinking by teaching us our true role in the community, providing examples of change makers from the very Pittsburgh we are from, and introduces opportunities for our vision to be seen, our voices to be heard. In the beginning stages of the program, we welcome the campus of CCAC to learn the role of the local government and how they engage with our community. This not only gave us a basic introduction of the local government, but allowed us to get a first-hand view of the college. As someone who seeks to get a college experience post high school, I found this experience. Then we were introduced to local current change makers in Pittsburgh, like Jamil Bey and Mayor Ed Gainey. They shared their stories of how they got to where they are today and their ideas for the future of our community. With this, we were given insight into other people's visions, how they develop over time. Next, we engaged with the higher history exam to further understand the history of Pittsburgh. To me, the whole goal of the segment was to learn of the impact of Pittsburgh on our nation as a whole. For example, did you know that the introduction of the EMS service was very important? Along with the history lessons that were presented, we also gained an understanding how to solve an issue. We understand that to solve an issue, we must get to the root of it before we play. With our projects, we not only tackle issues that we encounter in our day-to-day lives, but also learn the value of the team and how to see through a tough and tackle project. In the research that we conduct to the communication between the members of our staff, we carry over the inspiration given to us by the mayor and other change makers and participate in Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan. With our engagement with the comprehensive plan, we will create a safer, welcoming, and thriving Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Very well spoken. I'm just going to take this off. Y'all mind if I get a little personal real quick? I represent one hood, so I just wanted to share a piece of art with y'all, if that's okay. I stepped up to the plate trying to hit me a hug. I got friends in my face, but my enemies closer. I'm trying to wrestle with my fate. One slip and it's over. Ah! They said I gotta keep my composure, keep my head up high, don't be weak in the shoulders. We pop iron when the season is colder, but real beauty don't surprise the beholder. It's the other world, but we can have some fun if you come in thorough. Paint your own pictures from above the murals. I done seen a bunch of paintbrushes that become an error. So they want a scapegoat, they don't want an error. I'm either on thin ice or tumbling something narrow, chopping and splitting peril, avoiding the unprepared. Ain't no walking in my shoes, you gonna be running stairs, probably make you do another lap, I see another tear. I was looking in the mirror like, you gonna relax another year? They looking for that dope, you telling me you got no raps to spare? Serve them at the crib and all, we just split the package there, but we did a bid a couple years for the rapid tear, my head in the atmosphere. They treat me like a star, but waiting for the gas, I've been a legend. I couldn't even pack the sphere. Know it's a God in your presence, but I know it feels like wrong in the essence. Sometimes it feels strong in selection, and it might feel wrong in reflection. I know something's going on in this section, but you can listen to this song for a message. I'm up out the plate trying to hit me a hunger. Friends in my face, enemies closer, trying to wrestle with my fate. One slip and it's over. They said I gotta keep my composure, keep my head up high and don't be weak in the shoulders. If I iron in the seasons it's colder, the girl beauty don't surprise me whole. Goodbye, no less wrong. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that moving performance. This really is about the future of our city and about what we are doing to make sure that our kids have a positive future here, a place where they can live, a place where they can thrive, a place where they can see more than just what's in front of them. Thank you for your commitment to the city, your performance, and for your commitment to learning about what government can and should be doing. Up next, I would like to invite the Assistant Director, Strategic Planning, of the Department of City Planning, Sharonda Whatley.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Sharonda Whatley. I am the Assistant Director of Strategic Planning for the Department of City Planning. We are so excited to be here today with all of you to share what to expect as we embark upon the city's first integrated, citywide, comprehensive plan process. First, we'd like to thank everyone in the mayor's office as well as everyone in Pittsburgh City Council for their support of this effort. We also like to thank the staff and leadership in DPP and in all of our sister departments for their continued guidance, collaboration, and support. In over 200 years as a chartered city, Pittsburgh has never created an integrated comprehensive plan to guide its growth. The city's comprehensive planning efforts up to now have been through a piecemeal approach that engaged residents citywide on one or two topics at a time. Most plans have been completed at the neighborhood level, with each having its own distinct character, history, and culture. While this is important, this has resulted in a patchwork plan completed at different times to various levels of detail. The lack of a comprehensive plan has left neighborhood plans with no context to ground them. An integrated citywide comprehensive plan will ensure that any upcoming neighborhood plans have a consistent and shared vision for the future. Pittsburgh's citywide comprehensive plan and process will be done using a framework based in climate justice and just transition principles. Just transition is a term that simply means having a healthy economy and a clean environment can and should coexist. The process for achieving this vision will be a fair one that does not cost workers or community residents their health, environment, jobs, or economic assets. As Pittsburgh continues to transition from an economy driven by extraction to one that is regenerative and multi-sectoral, we have an opportunity to center the health, safety, and success of all residents and communities. Envisioning a city where all residents have access to clean air and water systems means that Pittsburgh must develop sustainable land use practices, emphasize the use of renewable energy, and provide economic opportunities in all clean energy sectors and more. The city wants to ensure that all Pittsburghers have access to the economy of the future in a place that embraces its rich diversity of cultures, traditions, and abilities, and welcomes immigrants and refugees and unlocks the innovation that is needed for the city to thrive. Essentially, a comprehensive plan is the expression of a holistic, community-wide vision of that city's future. This includes the creation of strategic goals, programs, policies, and actions to reach that vision.
Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan will advance the city's vision to build a Pittsburgh that is safe, welcoming, and thriving for all of our residents by following principles of just transition and climate justice framework. This comprehensive plan process will strive to address past land use failures and ensure every resident in every neighborhood sees themselves as part of the mutual prosperity for the state. For this reason, the process must recognize and consider the impacts of the interrelated cultural, social, environmental, and economic conditions of past on land use and the related policies as proposed. To achieve this, the city anticipates the planning process will be a 2-year effort with deep community engagement, which will be coordinated by a selected group of engagement and technical consultants. So just a little bit of the background. With all of these things in mind, we set out to find consultant teams to assist us in this endeavor. The consultant teams selected to support the city in the comprehensive plan process represent a mix of local and national expertise in the areas of planning for equitable growth and development, urban design, climate change and resilience, and methods of deep engagement. The consultant team co-leading the technical work for the comp plan is HRMA Advisors and Urban American City. The consultant team co-leading the engagement for the comp plan is Common Cause Consulting and Sasaki. The city and the selected consultant teams intend to plan with the community, not on behalf of the community. So there will be various ways to engage in this plan process, including public events, topical working groups, a speaker series, and a summer of engagement, and much, much more. So please visit our Engage PPH page to get involved and keep up to date on upcoming events. Lastly, and in closing, the comprehensive plan will be driven by the Pittsburgh community for the Pittsburgh community. Pittsburgh's comprehensive plan will guide the future growth and advancement of the city and its people. Community engagement will be a top priority in the planning process, and the subsequent policy recommendations will be rooted in racial and social equity, climate justice, and the pillars of regenerative economy. We are excited to formally announce the comprehensive plan process, and please stay tuned and get in touch with us and follow us on all of our social media and go back to our website for additional information. Thank you all so much.
And last, but certainly not least, my distinct honor to welcome to the stage the mayor of the great city of Pittsburgh, the Honorable Ed Gainey.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I want to thank everybody for being here. Before I begin, I want to thank council. Without their partnership, we couldn't be here. So I know I'm heard from Councilwoman Erika Strassburger. I also want to thank Council President Daniel Lavelle, Councilmember Harry Mosley, Councilmember Bobby Wilson. Also from my staff who worked extremely hard, I want to thank Deputy Mayor Jake Pollock. I want to thank the Director of Economic Development, Kyle. I also want to thank miss nobody. I also want to thank everybody back. Thank everybody because sometimes, as I always say, we look at the mayor's office for what gets done, but sometimes we don't give the roses to the people that actually do work. And I think that's always the problem in government, that we don't pay enough respect for the people who do the work. So I like for Karen Abrams to come back up. I like for Sharonda to come back up. One, I want to thank Director Abrams. Because when we first started, said we got to do something that's never been done. That's to have a comprehensive plan that can really go to system. And you were adamant about that. Trust me, I remember you beat my ear up. So I wanted to say that promise made, promise kept. And it couldn't have happened without you. Your tenacity, and your ability to want to see the city have a comprehensive plan was phenomenal. And I just want to thank you for your dedication. I want to say thank you. I want you to know that I know that's a lot of work to do. So I want you to know I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking this mantle. And if there's anything that's needed, to make sure you have it. Because it's all of our success, not just government, but the whole city. I would never be conveying that on you. Together, we'll share that. I want to say thank you. I would also like to say thank you to our consultant for collecting the necessary data to implement the comprehensive plan. We brought in consultants from HRNA, Urban American City to assist with technical services, also local consulting firm, Bureau, Apple, Mayor Chase, and City Five. Next, our lead engagement service consultants, Common Cons Consulting, coordinated with our local consulting firm, Brown Long, Alicia Line, One Hood Media, and we also partner with Grayscale Collaborative. Sorry, my God, sorry. Part of our vision when I came into office is to witness our city along with the others being successful and thriving as one city, one beautiful city. But we emphasize on safety. We emphasize on making the city more welcoming for everybody. We also focus on thriving. I believe with our comprehensive plan, we can encompass communities and lay the foundations to that mission. As we begin this year, the city of Pittsburgh's departments have collectively come together to assist each other to reach these goals. This is the first time a plan like this has been done in over 200 years. Y'all should clap for that. Our administration completed a lot of firsts. I think this is one of the biggest firsts that we've ever done. A comprehensive plan is an essential feature of long-term planning for cities and counties all over the United States. As such, the process of documentation for creating a broad, long-term vision for future land use and the built environment around our community, from home to school and businesses, to streets, sidewalks, and transportation options. The foundation of the comprehensive plan starts with a just transition. This is a term that means healthy economy and a clean environment can and should coexist. A clean environment can and should coexist. The process for achieving this vision should be a fair one that should not cost workers or community residents their health, environment, job, or economic assets. The plan highlights unfavorable policies and practice of the federal, state, and local municipalities of government that have targeted residents of color for far too long, and we need to change that plan so that everybody feels welcome and included, and we have a plan of empowerment and not segregation. Pittsburgh Transition Report 2022 provides significant insights into the challenges facing the city. The plan set a baseline for future neighborhood plans while also honoring social, emotional, historic, and visual connections to existing projects. The city is set to incorporate our 8 high-level cross-cutting themes noted in the report to the plan. The Department of City Planning provides significant insight into the city's challenges. Comprehensive plan addresses different needs and planning for employment development that connects Pittsburghers to appropriate jobs and brings new employment opportunities that will continue to exist. We recognize and highlight locations of housing government individuals and businesses, along with how the impact affects local population and communities. I know there have been questions about community engagement. You know how much I believe in community engagement. You know that I don't believe that we can have anything that's worthwhile if the community of our city is not included. I promise you, City of Pittsburgh, I promise you a robust engagement process. One that the city has never seen before. To get your input and make sure there's the plan that you want. The plan that speaks to you. The plan that moves communities. The plan that builds neighborhoods. The plans that let this city know that we're open for business and we will have an economy that is safe, welcoming, and thriving. And then that we will have a Pittsburgh for all. Thank you.
Question for you. How does this 2-year process of developing this plan differ from other efforts in the past?
First of all, how is the 2-year plan different from the year?
That's a really great question. So as I shared before, we tried to do planning before, but they were topical, based on one topic at a time, engaging across the city on one or two topics at once. And so our efforts at this time around is to engage across 19 different topic areas across the entire city at the same time. So there will be multiple events, multiple engagement opportunities, multiple platforms to capture engagement. And so basically this is a really dedicated effort and prioritized efforts to get this plan done in this 2-year time frame over those 19 different areas.
Can you say that whether this is this still a proposal at this time or not? Because on the city's website, there's a whole background area that says comprehensive city plan, and it says that back then there was a proposal board and it consisted of 12 components. And you're saying that this is the first time in 200 years. Can you kind of just, this doesn't seem like it's enacted right now. So can you say what's the difference here? It just seems like it had 12 components back then too.
So the difference is we're looking at 19 different topic areas. We are still going through the process to get our selected consultant team under contract, and so that will be underway here very shortly. And so it is a totally different process, and this is a renewed effort to actually complete the comprehensive.
But is it accurate to then say that this is the first time that you guys are proposing this in 200 years when it seems like they've done proposals before?
So we have been involved in what Sharonda Whatley, right? We said the piecemeal. So those topic areas were done in isolation over a period of time potential. This is the first time that we are actually integrating topics that we have in the website as well as new ones that have come up in the past couple of years are important to the city and the city's growth and the business environment. So that's the difference. We have had very piecemeal planning processes in the past. This is going to be a holistic process where these topic areas, because our geographers back here will tell you that everything is connected. So we need to understand how the systems run and how they impact people's lives and what their future may hold with all those connecting topics.
And then a two-part question. I guess, what are going to be your mile markers to know that we are, along this 2 years that we are hitting and we are going to be able to achieve this? But then also, what do you think is maybe going to be the biggest hurdle or stumbling block, whether it be transit or, because it's all connected?
I'll take the second question first. I think one of our priorities that we set out, a very ambitious goal to engage with 30,000 people, so that's about 10% of the population. Most planning efforts engage around 2 to 5% of their population. And so we have set that goal for ourselves to make sure that engagement is very robust and it is deeply realistic. That's one of the reasons why we were really focused on having this local event, because those relationships are already here and existing, and those are relationships that we can carry with them.
My first is going to be, how are we going to know mile markers to know that we're still on track within this 2-year process of achieving this?
So we will have a timeline developed to let everyone know sort of the partners for this 2-year process. So that'll be forthcoming on our website and also on our engagement.
So the election. There's also the election. That's a hard one.
So honestly, that hasn't changed. We are still going to do individual plans for neighborhoods, but the comprehensive plan provides a foundation for our neighborhood plans going forward. Does that answer your question? Okay, we go a little bit further into it. Would you like me to? Okay, thank you.
Sure. No, that was a big question, especially as we have tried to do this process before. One of the things that we are working very closely with the consultant team is not only those early plans of recommendations that are going to come out of the comprehensive plan process, but also because it is an integrated approach, we're able to also look at the upcoming year's budget and different things like that to make sure that those things, those priority things are implemented, even as the comprehensive plan is going on. And so our efforts today are really to connect the planning to the actual operation of the city. Wow, that's a very big question. So we can talk very generally, very specifically about past land use failures and implemented tactics from local, state, federal government as it relates to marginalized, poor, and Black communities. And so the Migrate Act, some of the sports funding acts has impacted neighborhoods of color and neighborhoods that have been disenfranchised. Absolutely. And so what you're seeing is that this happen across the United States as well as in Pittsburgh. So there are tons of examples where highways have gone through Black communities, poor communities, transient communities, immigrant communities. There are several examples also where the large features and integrated features have also impacted those same communities. And so what we're saying is that we want to take a holistic approach in terms of what's necessary to start to repair something.